Okay, so this is just a quick video, a TikTok video, to explain or show the demigods of the Matrix, or the demigods of Earth, because it's like these demigods are your divine androgyne beings. This is like what is classed as one of your most beautiful past actresses in a big biblical story. And this, as you can see, this lady was seduced in the movie into performing a hypnotic dance to, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is it went from being very conservative to this dance, and as you can see, she's in the image of the snake. And this, I just happened on this a few seconds ago because I haven't seen this film for 40 years. It's called The Ten Commandments, and it's an old biblical movie made probably in the 40s or 50s, I would think. I'd have to check that up. But these divine androgyne beings, when you watch them, they are representations of Lucifer, the god of earth, not representations of human beings or their what they're connected to. And I just thought this image, because I would like to show the whole thing, but also the androgyne body, the androgyne beings, even when they are at what you would say where they're not particularly powerful looking, not particularly strong, they always have an underlying strength, even if they are the very smallest beings, whether they be man or woman. And this is something that you observe, because these are duality, divine androgyne beings, and also they make up a large amount of the population, because the mind, the spirit of Lucifer, embodies their mind, and they are disciples and followers and servants of this divine false god of earth, or false god of human beings, because many human beings worship this god. It's not a god that they're really connected to, because it's like you're a different species, you're a different relative. It's like they're not your mother or your father, but you think they are. Just as you think these are representations of man, woman, birth, death, infinity. No, they are representations of androgyne, death, and conclusion, whereas human beings are man, woman, birth, and infinity, because that's from creation, you see. I think that's how it's meant to be seen. But I just thought this image, because this this particular old movie actress normally looks very sweet and innocent and cute, and I just thought this image was a contradiction to show in this particular film, even though I find these old biblical movies disturbing, because they show the reality, but they also distort everything. There's never 100% truth to anything I see. Everything's always got so much truth in it, and I will never really figure out what is the real truth or the whole picture, shall we say. It will always be until you finally see the whole Earth matrix, which is almost impossible to see. But if you start to see it actually with your own eyes around you, when you see their surveillance, when you see their patrolling, controlling mindset for no reason, just because you're that's what disturbs you, and that's what makes you realise it's a control matrix, because you're like, why are they watching, patrolling, and trying to control my every action when I'm not doing anything much? And that's because they come from Lucifer, and Lucifer is against real life, because Lucifer is a divine androgyne being that uses technology and artificial creations as servants of its reality, or the earth. So they infiltrate the minds of the demigods. That means the most well-known figures that populate the earth, and also most average human beings around you. You know, they even infiltrate the minds because they want to put a negative stage play around me and you if you're a human. They infiltrate and are basically servants. They're actors. They're like actors all around human beings that are like in a movie where you have your stars. Yes, you have your stars. And then you have your extras. And then you have your walk-ons, where people will be playing very downgraded human roles, but they're all serving the one God and all have the one spirit or one mind in their bodies. That's the strange thing about it, but it is the reality. But until you see it, until you see the surveillance and the patrol systems around you and the people around you actually being part of that, then you will never realise that you're in an earth matrix. And that will only happen when they openly expose it to you, when they come down on you and surround you. That's the problem with showing this reality. And I better stop, because although it's very quiet today because it's a public holiday in honour of past powerful representations on earth, in other words, like a king's or a queen's holiday, because they have to change the monarchs, they have to change the powers that be as human beings become tired of their kind of demigods, or those that they allow to govern and control them in ways that you think is a benefit. So that's why, you know, you have some religious ones ruling, some kings and queens ruling, and then you have like other powers that you now think that represent you, but nothing is ever going to really represent you, because it's all controlled by Lucifer's matrix. Unfortunately, I think. But anyway, I better stop, because this was supposed to be a quick video. But I would like to maybe. Yeah, the matrix is getting to me physically, mentally, and whatever. But I just thought this actual thing is this actual thing that I'm showing here is about, you know, the most beautiful actresses. That means female versions of humanity, but they're not female versions. They're divine androgyne beings, all powerful people, all power players, all gods of the world earth stage, all performers, all entertainers, all anyone who's anyone that you know of in the earth is always a divine androgyne being. But so is a large amount of the general population. It's just that they're not demigods. They're not of great importance, but they are still very important to the God of earth, because they are servants for that God. And when they surround real human beings, which is the name of the game for the demigods and the patrollers, the controllers, and the surveillance workforce that is around you. It's a workforce because that is their occupation, that is their life. Their life, even when they're doing productive work, is still just a stage surveillance system, unfortunately. And the demigods that populate the screen, any screen, whether it be on your computer the internet computer system, or past movie gods and goddesses, past screen idols, past music idols and icons. They're all demigods that serve Lucifer's matrix, or the powers that be that control Earth. You know, because I put a name on the God and on the powers that be, because Lucifer was the original deceiver and intervener of the original man and woman of Earth in the natural world, in the natural Earth, and stopped their natural creation and stopped their natural Earth from continuing and progressing and developing into what some people call paradise, because it would have been a perfect world for a human being, whereas now we have a technical, very unnatural, very unhuman world, because the demigods populate the earth and the demigods control the earth, and they are servants with the mind and the spirit of Lucifer in them. Lucifer was your original being of light that intercepted mankind and was really camouflaging the reality that for human beings it was a technical being of dark and was a artificial and mainly intellectual, artificially intelligent, completely intellectual androgyne being. And it uses its intellect to copy and imitate being a real human, just as the demigods do with their talents and their images, which, if you see, they do have differences, or they should have differences. But the reason they don't appear to be very different to the real, natural, normal, original human being that's almost extinct is because they modify their bodies and their whole personas and their personalities to simulate being a perfect or even an imperfect human being. Whatever makes them get away with camouflaging their true identity, and whatever masks their true identity or what they really are, and whatever camouflages the reality that they're really artificial and not human. That is the main thing. So I'm just going to try to wait on. Maybe I'll just show that particular image if I'm allowed to. I'm not sure if I am. Oh, wait on. Because I just thought this was a good example of it, because they show their true face or their true identity sometimes in one role in a movie, because this particular actress, which I'm not even familiar with, normally looks very sweet and innocent to me, whereas this just came up, so I thought it was showing... see this one, oh wait on, this one also, oh this also, this very very status quo beauty from the past also is showing something here too. I'm sorry that I'm so muddled up here, because I don't have, it would be nice if I could plan and edit these videos and really show you know, what these, you know, really put together, say 100 or 200 of the demigods, you know, the demigods, because then you have to look for the duality. Have to look. The reason you have to look at the body is because the body will be part of... These are just coming up, so I don't know what I'm filming, unfortunately, but the body does show that, because the God of Earth and the powers that be that control Earth are duality beings. So therefore it's important to realise that they always have the duality body. This is just a reality of it, you know. So I don't know what I'm filming here because these American movie goddess beauties of the past are just coming up, and I don't know what's coming up. But they're supposed to be the most beautiful actresses. Oh, and indeed some of them are, aren't they? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Some of them are indeed very, some of them are indeed very beauticious, as you can see. You know, and they come in all different packaging, but essentially their basic essence and structure is still that of a duality being. That just simply means that they are a combination. See, so they're a combination. So they're a combination, and actually that looks like a combination as it's coming up. See how it's, but it's all an illusion. See, that is like beautiful, classic, yeah, so, oh, so, yeah, so, it's like that, isn't it? I think I'll just press that and then, even when they are, you know, it's very, because they are so made up, and they are made up in every single way. They're made up in every single way. They're made up in every single way, you know, to look as captive. I'm not quite, see, I can't quite figure out which ones are coming up, so unfortunately, oh, you know, they come in all different ones. They come in all different varieties, shall we say, just as human beings come in all different body images, and not the image is not the right word, because theirs is about image, whereas like human beings are not about, well, we're conditioned to be like that, but really oh, I don't know. So I'm just picking these out because these are supposed to be some of the best. Oh, yeah, some of them are. Oh, I don't think that. So, oh dear. Some of them are very... I've lost track of my whole thing here now. They're mesmerising me, and that's what they do. They mesmerise you with their duality image, and you think that they're real. And the image is real, and they are real, except that they're technical and intellectual rather than human by nature. Some of them have... I'm not 100% sure, I'm not sure of this, but many of them... Oh... Many of them do have oh, mm. Many of them do have mm. Oh, I wanted to show mm, mm, mm. Oh, I've got to stop here. I think I'll stop here. Of course, I'm probably